Welcome to another video in our Taking Care of Business series. In Australia, there are 4 main business structures used, and in this video we will examine 4 of them: sole traders, partnerships, companies and trusts. You'll find the information in this video quite general because it's a complex area and it's almost impossible to provide advice on business structures without a clear understanding of your personal and business circumstances. For example, when deciding on the most appropriate business structure, you need to take into account things like asset protection, tax minimisation, the admission of new partners or investors, compliance with all legal requirements, and eligibility for future discount capital gains concessions. In fact, quite often the choice of business structure will be a compromise based on the relative importance of each of these issues. So let's start with a simple option: sole trader. It's relatively cheap and quick to establish because you can trade in your own personal name or register a business name. The cost to register a business name is $34 for 1 year or $78 for 3 years. Basically, you operate the business in your own right and there is no legal separation between you and the business. As such, there is minimal asset protection, and for tax purposes, the income in the business is treated as your personal income and taxed at individual rates. The second type of structure is a partnership, where 2 or more persons carrying on a business. A partnership can be between individuals, companies or other entities and is governed by state laws. Usually there is a formal partnership agreement that outlines the rules regarding issues like profit share arrangements, which don't have to be in equal proportions, arrangements for partners' salaries, the retirement and admission of new partners, and dispute resolutions. A partnership, unlike a company, has no separate legal personality, distinct from its members. As such, each partner is jointly liable for the liabilities of the business and each other's business actions. It lodges an annual tax return but does not pay tax at the net income of the partnership, is distributed to the respective partners who pay tax in their own right. The third type of structure is a company, which is a separate legal entity distinct from its shareholders who own the company. Companies are granted legal status to enter into contracts and can sue and be sued. They are governed by corporations law, which is administered by the Australian Securities and Investment Commission. There are different types of companies, but the most common form is a company limited by shares. They provide a form of asset protection with limited liability, so the personal assets of the individual shareholders are separated from the debts of the company. Companies lodge an annual tax return and their profits are taxed at a flat rate of tax. The company tax rate has been 30% for a number of years. The fourth type of business structure is a trust, which is not a separate legal entity like a company, but it appoints a trustee who is required to undertake all obligations and transactions on behalf of the trust. The trustee's role carries legal liabilities for the activities undertaken, so trustees are often companies to limit liability. There are several types of trusts, including a discretionary trust or family trust, where the trustee has the discretion on how the income of the trust is distributed each year to the beneficiaries. They don't have to make distributions in any particular proportion or in the same proportions as they did in previous tax years. This flexible income splitting feature can provide tax benefits, and a trust structure also provides a mechanism to pass family-owned assets to future generations. By contrast, a unit trust is a form of fixed trust whereby each beneficiary or unit holder is entitled to a share of the trust income based on the number of units they own. A trust must lodge a tax return and can pay tax if the net income is not fully distributed to the beneficiaries. So that's a really brief summary of the most common types of business structures. If you're looking to start your own business or want to restructure your existing operation, we urge you to consult with us regarding your choice of business structure. Until next time.